go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son, and the producer of the show. Now, tonight's title, Meaning Machine, is one that's shortened from something I heard years ago, which is that our minds are these meaning-making machines. Now, this is a little bit of an expansion on what we were talking about last show with the cognitive vaccine. And that's how we're thinking. And this is really important. How we're thinking affects how we perceive reality. And it's everything. It's what we see, what we experience. It's all a result of the patterns of thinking that we have in place. So one article that we came up with recently here on the topic, it talked about the only difference between panic and excitement is in our interpretation of the situation. So what I'll invite you all to do this evening and for the rest of your lives is to upgrade your interpretation of reality. So thanks for listening to that. Quick piece of housekeeping before I turn it over to Christopher. For anyone who's out there joining us for the first time, be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. The first time, of course, it's always free, and then going forward after that, it's $10 per card, or you can pay $100 and do one card per show for the entire month. So that, I feel like is a pretty sweet deal since we run 3 times per week. That's Monday, Sunday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Now, thanks for listening. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Great evening. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I light this incense for you to help you, should you choose, to be free of the need to be a meaning-making machine. So if you're taking notes, I would suggest, universe, show me now what has been restricting my thinking. So great blessings to you to help you remove that, because a lot of it, when we talk about the brain and how we talk about our thinking, it's why I love doing what I do, because I can kindly tell you there's spaghetti sauce on your face. What I mean by that is we can't see spaghetti sauce on our own face. And we can't really view our own thinking, especially if it's like on an unconscious level. But religion, politics, the country club, your daycare, it can be anything. All use their own minds. They're in their own meaning-making machine. And if you no longer match, or they have nowhere to put you within that meaning-making machine, or they begin to categorize you in a certain aspect that doesn't fit you at all, that is their, what they call, confirmation bias. And I'm not going to go into that, but you can all look that up. I know many of you are familiar with that term. Confirmation bias is, this show is all about helping myself, Kenan, helping people that are ready, willing, able, and safe to upgrade their interpretation of reality. So I'll remind you that I was part of a religion where I was in a constant meaning-making machine. People suffered. For instance, I could make my meaning making machine brain, if people were suffering, go, they just don't have God's approval. Easy peasy, click, click, click. I made it up my ladder of reasoning, right? I didn't even realize how that was completely incongruent with who I was. So if any of us are like illnesses are a gift to us in that it gives us a chance to go, wait a minute. We've all studied, we all know that you can maybe take care of the illness, but if you don't take care of the source of the illness, which is energetic or around the thinking, around thoughts, then that illness can come back. So that's where this is today. And so the group card is really, I love how synchronistic the universe is, because we pulled the group card after Kenan came up with this subject tonight. I'm not going to talk about the Anunnaki, but I am going to talk about the light codes, because this is new information coming in. So when I lit that incense, this is about easily, comfortably putting on this new information, this new way of being, and to allow a cycle to end. Absolutely allow things to come to an end, because only then can you have a new beginning. And I'll share this story again with some of you because it's such a great story. Years ago, this woman came to me with her daughter, and she sits down and she just looks awful. I mean, just like street person's clothes, and her hair wasn't done, no makeup. And I'm not really a judge of that, but just the energy that she was exuding. And sure enough, she started in with how horrible her husband was to her. I listened to it for maybe 5 minutes. I mean, how the horrible things he'd done, that he does, and blah, blah, blah. And I go, well, are you willing to are you able to leave him? She goes, I left him 20 years ago. But her brain was still still telling the same. It was like she was doing it over and over and over again, even though that had happened 20 years before. So she absolutely was not willing to upgrade her interpretation of reality. And when I said that, boop, she got up, and I haven't seen her for probably 20 years. So this is just the willingness, and then the universe steps in to really show us. That's the important thing. Okay, my dear Mindy, you're on first tonight. Oh, here we go. Number one, this is increasing your heart rate just a little bit. So this is like chair yoga, getting walking, not far at first, but you got to move it. You got to move it. That's what I'm getting here. Even if it's just a little bit, be free of thinking that even a little bit doesn't do any good, because a little bit does a lot of good for you. And then check your potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Potassium, magnesium, calcium, zinc. Potassium, magnesium, zinc levels. Calcium too. You may have to change up your diet or add some supplements to that, but see your doctor around that. And then definitely more fruits and vegetables. If you can, order more selenite. Okay. Hey, Jared. Hey, Kat. Hey, happy Wednesday. Okay, Jared. Anywhere where you have anywhere where you've taken on any belief system around something wrong with me, are you willing to upgrade your thinking around that? You are who you are. There's nobody ever been like you. There never will be anybody like you. But this cruelty card is being much more kind to yourself. This is old stuff from years and years ago. Just let it go. But it's going to be coming up. So I recently did some personal work. I'm always doing personal work on myself, but not on myself, but I go. Kenan is a huge help to me, but I go also myself to keep myself in shape, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And it was pointed out that I had been avoiding looking at some things because I didn't want to feel the pain of the knowledge that I had done it to myself, that I had allowed that into my world. And I talked a little bit about it on Monday's show, where I had this partner that I couldn't load the dishwasher right. Now, I'm just using this one example. But I was around it so much that actually it internalized it, and it was affecting my cells. It was affecting my being. That I had allowed that to be done with me, that I was beginning to think that there was something wrong with me. And that I would probably never make a good maid because I couldn't even load a dishwasher right. because I didn't want to face that feeling that I had actually hurt myself, that I was actually hurting myself and didn't even realize it at the time. It was like a frog that jumps into the warm water, but it's on a stove. And so the warm water is like, hey, this feels really good. I mean, it's not bad. And then it gets a little warmer and you go, and then you're boiling. So this is about letting go of that. That's what this card is about. And moving into just much happier times. But in any way, shape, or form that you're beating up on yourself, let go of that if you want to. All right, Kat. The moon. So this is the dung beetle. And the dung beetle takes dung and rolls it up into beautiful balls and then just buries it. And then they use it to actually plant their eggs in. So then their babies have something to eat. Any dung that you're going through right now, Kat, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it's going to be very, very useful in your growth. It's like a fertilizer. And so we actually learn more many times from our mistakes than we do our victories. Thank you. So this is where, and it's not like you've made any mistakes or anything like that. It's just be free of beating up yourself. This is very similar to Jared about not being free of any, and in fact, anybody on the show, are any of you, are all of you willing to let go of beating up on yourself and going, wait a minute. Yes, this is dung right now that I'm going through. What is this showing me? What is this showing me? So when I left the church, I didn't realize what a burden that had been on me. And I went to China. I was a missionary. I was like, I didn't realize how much of a burden it was on my soul. So this is all your intuition growing and using the dung to be able to relate to other people. And a really good spa is one that allows people to let go. So have lots of trash cans in this spa, symbolically, right? But when you have a spa like that, it's really important to smudge it, salt it, clean it every day. Not just obviously physical cleaning, but the spiritual, mental, emotional cleaning. Yeah. I can feel the energy moving on that. Good job, Kat. Okay, my dear Marilyn. Marilyn had a fantastic article come out in a magazine because she, if you remember, all last July, she saved her husband Larry's life. And she was able to give him CPR. And they actually wrote an article with amazing pictures. They're really good of you, Marilyn. And we posted it on, I shared it on Facebook So if any of you are on my Facebook, you can actually take advantage of that and take a look at it. So thanks for sending me that article. It was really good. Because it was, that knowledge is really important for us all to have. Oh, look at what you got. You got 2 cards, girlfriend. You got the love. It's the love boat. Oh my God, I think you're going on a cruise. Okay. Cruise. Love. And then gain. Oh, I love this. So, Mindy, Jared, Kat, Diane, Sonia, Abby, Marilyn, Teresa. Hang on, I'm looking this up. Give me a minute. Anyway, there's this. Expensive things are criticized. The saying goes like this: expensive things are criticized in order to create a confirmation bias of why you can't have them. So anywhere where that thinking is there in any way, shape, or form, or anywhere where there's fear of loss, yeah, that's clearing as well. This is gain, gain, gain for all of us. You know, so I'm going to just say this. I read for a woman the other day, and her partner, great guy, but isn't upgrading he needs to upgrade his house for several reasons. I'm not going to get into it. And during the reading, I saw this, but I didn't say anything. And so it's been bugging me every day. Like, I just got to call her or text her. So I texted her today and I said, listen, I said, this guy isn't really going to upgrade his house, but I think there's going to be an earthquake, which is not going to be devastating, but it's going to cause some damage that he's going to need to upgrade the house. Anyway, so I want to say this here. It's one of the reasons I would encourage all of you to start investing in gold and silver. I'm not going to say anything more than that. But I am going to, this is, when I look at this, Marilyn, I see this gold and silver. And it's, 10,000 years, that's what people basically traded in. It's why I have silver here, not just because of the aspect of silver, but it's because of and what silver does and what it represents. But it's also, it's like, it helps you to be able to relate to it more so than just paper money or change. Okay. All right. We've got, okay, Diney, here we go. Healing, sitting pretty, good health, and anywhere where you have. So an empress does not take on the energy or the troubles of her people. She does not do it. She doesn't. She's not the martyr. So anywhere where you've believed you've been a martyr or had to be a martyr, that is anywhere that's really important to let go of. This is the Empress, because when you have your energy back and you're free of the need to transform anything or anyone, then you have your energy back and you become the Empress, who then just does it with her words. And she takes nothing on herself. Yeah, it's this healing coming in. And let's see here. When you so you get an intention, whatever intention it is. We talked about this Monday night. Use those EMDR movements, which is the eye movement. So you very, very slowly keep your chin level. You're just going to move your eyes. And you're going to set an intention, repeat the intention over and over and over again. And keep saying the intention. That will help your brain to reroute and put in these new belief systems. Okay. Hey, Sonia. Nice to have you. So, my dear Sonia, anywhere where you have signed up for the multitasking Olympics, are you able to remove your name? I made a mistake here. Can I just remove my name from the multitasking Olympics? Because what I get here is you want to listen to some good music. So you go turn the radio on, but then you also turn on Siri and you turn on the phonograph and you turn on the television, you turn on YouTube, and they're all playing different songs. Songs you all like. But it's too much. It's way too much. This is you moving into. Again, I'm not giving you anything to do. This is the energy coming in that's telling me to tell you this is what's happening. Is you're going to be turning off the YouTube and the stereo and the Wi-Fi, or the, you get my gist, where you're only listening to one thing. That way you can actually enjoy the music. This is things falling off for you naturally. Allow them to. It's going to feel a little uncomfortable. because you've been training for the multitasking Olympics for, 50, 60 years? No, let's just say 30. Okay. And so when you stop training, it feels a little uncomfortable. And so that's where just, you know what, just relax. And then this kind of goes back to you a little bit too, Marilyn P. Pitts. But you've done it a little bit longer, so you're doing really good with that. But literally, Sonia, try taking 1 hour completely off and then move it up to 2 hours. Then you're going to do four hours. Oh my gosh, what would happen if you did 5? You get my drift. Is then you're going to have more available to you, where you're actually enjoying life. This is moving into really enjoying the life and laying down the swords of thoughts or stuff coming at you too fast. Okay, my dear Abby and Marilyn. I don't know, Marilyn, if you have access to a hot tub, but this is something, or if you have access to a bathtub, or going to a local spa where they have a hot tub, like with Epsom salts, if you have your own bathtub. If you could text me your address, and I'm going to send you a book on mantras or prayers, like Tibetan or Buddhist. And it's not so much the prayer as it is the vibration or the resonance that you're getting downloads from the Himalayas, however you want to pronounce it. It's like higher level thinking, but it's some kind of channeling coming through for you. I've not seen this before, so it's very So I don't know if you've read Autobiography of a Yogi. That may help. It's something with the Himalayas, something knowledge about Buddhism, about I'll text you. Just text me your address. Okay, my dear Abby. Okay, so Abby, if you could write this down, no one is allowed energetic access to me. So a lot of people that do, let's say they work, they go to jobs, or like you and Ashley's on the show tonight. You go to these shows, like vendor shows, farmers markets, that type of thing, where you're showing your reeds, actually showing her goods. And a lot of the reason that you're so tired at the end of the day is a lot of people, when they attend these things, they allow energetic access to themselves from other people. Oh, and Marilyn, this is really good for you because you're in front of people. Like when you get in front of people or when you show up, even, I don't care if it's even a church. Oh, and Kat and oh, okay, everybody, I'm talking to everybody here. I'm talking to, if you go to the mall, if you go to church, if you, whatever, Abby, this is anywhere. Set your intention before you go anywhere or do anything. No one and nothing is allowed energetic access to me, period. In any way, shape, or form. Wear selenite, wear obsidian, wear kyanite, or all three of them, or just one of them at least. Part of the thing, so Marilyn, you've been working out longer. I'm putting this um, in a spiritual way. You've been working out longer. I mean, we've both been working out a long time, but Abby, you're way more sensitive. So you know how people have different body types. There's nothing wrong with their body types, right? It's not about, oh, their body is better than my body. No, you're just completely different body types, right? That's just physiology. It's how we're designed as humans. And we don't make any judgments on that. We don't make fun of short people, or stocky people, or you know what I mean, or tall people. We just don't do that. It's just their body type. It's the same way with spiritual. Like some people can handle a lot of weight because of their body weight spiritually. Some people just, they can't be around. I'm one of those people, Abby. I can't. It can be really challenging for me to be kind of around a low vibration. Kenan too. So this is where it's important to spend a little bit more time setting up your boundaries. It can be nice. You're a lovely person. This is the Lover's card. Absolutely show love. It's like this barrier. You can allow things out, like your love and your healing. But it also is free of allowing the dung in, or any of the BS. Okay, I think, yeah, that feels like you got it. Yeah, I feel it now. Okay. All right, my dear Teresa. So You know that that one seminar you and I went to with Ivani, with Kenan, and Marilyn and Abby, I think, were there, where they were teaching us to stand on pillows or an uneven surface. Do some of your balances around that on an uneven surface. Next to a wall, of course. If you don't, because you want to be free of falling on the kids, right? um, this is like your bank balance. This is your bank balance going up and up and up. And then what would you like to do? How does that make you feel? And then what would you like with that? I'm always and forever safe with a lot of money. I'm always and forever safe with a lot of money. But yeah, any of the balances you do, try to stand on an uneven surface like a pillow. And Abby and Marilyn, I would suggest doing that as well. Also, Teresa, there's something with I speak my truth with ease and comfort, free of the fear of repercussions. Because this is the blue, I get blue. And what's the stone, Kenan? Is that kyanite?
I think so. The one
Oh, lapis lazuli. Okay. Teresa, try to get some lapis lazuli. And you can look that up, the spiritual meaning of lapis lazuli. That'll help. Okay.
She says, by the way, too, thank you for the card pull for Kylene.
Oh, Kylene, I'm so glad she was able to join us. That is so cool. Kylene joined us the other night. Okay, my dear Ashley. Okay, so Ashley, anywhere where you've believed oh man, you're already moving energy around this one. I feel this one big time because it really is with a lot of people on the show. I'm taking a minute to word this. Give me a second here. Anywhere where you've settled for anywhere where you've settled for a participation prize, you know, where everybody gets a prize for participating, rather than going, no, I got the blue ribbon here. And moving out of this, everyone deserves a participation prize. Everything's all good and kind, and I should just stay me and not make waves and love. Anywhere where that you've been taught that, this is you stepping up, claiming your cup, and knowing how freaking special you are and what you're special in and with and what you do. Because again, I'm going to reiterate this again, there's nobody else like you. There never will be anybody else like you. Look at your gifts. Give yourself this prize-winning cup. And be free of giving your energy to spiders because they need something to eat. Be free of getting caught in the web because you feel sorry for spiders because they're hungry. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't even know where that came from. But people put out webs and they're spiders. They just eat your energy. Just stay away from them. Like, don't even... Yeah. And I think you're friends with Abby and Marilyn, right? Abby and Marilyn are great at recognizing spiders. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Is that it? That's everybody for tonight?
Yeah,
all right, love you all. Huh?
I don't know. Doreen's out there if you want to keep...
Oh, Doreen's out there?
Yeah, she hasn't said hi, though. But
Doreen, I'm going to pull a card for you. If you're there, hello, Doreen. Doreen. Ooh, Doreen, you got the priestess. I'm getting Diana Ross, that I'm Coming Out song. Anywhere, Doreen, and this goes to you, Ashley, this kind of falls in with you, Ashley. Anywhere where you have played small, are you willing to let go of that and play with the big girls? Play in the big league now. Moving to the big league. Yeah. This is dropping the veil. This is the priestess card. Really, really powerful. Okay, I love you all. We'll see you Sunday night.